This is Phil Biedron here with Jennifer Dean. What I gathered from my interview with you is that you're very much in control and very proactive at starting things. So your improv troupe you mentioned, production company in San Francisco, obviously this film that you're spearheading. So it seems that you've got like a very entrepreneurial spirit within you. So even across different mediums, so I want to see what is the goal for your film. Is this for profits? Is this part of a new production company or a series of films you plan on doing? I can tell that you've got great aspirations, so let me into that.
I'm actually going to apply for fiscal sponsorship so that I can apply for grants for this particular project. So it's a not-for-profit endeavor. I mean, for me, it's the Female Filmmaker Project is really a project for love and really wanting to get that information out there, and because it's really changed the way I perceive my life. I really get excited about a certain project, so then I start doing it, and that's kind of how my production company came together too, is I produced one play because I really wanted to do this one show because I really loved it, and then that turned into another show, and then I decided to formalize it and bring all of the people who had been working on these shows together into an actual company so that we could continue working together. And for me, I just want to continue working on projects that I love with really great people, and throughout my life, I've met some really incredibly talented and great people, and I think it's a matter of being able to sort of harness all of that and get things done. I mean, it's so funny. One of the women I interviewed said something which I thought made a lot of sense. A lot of people, and I do this too, it's like you talk about all of these ideas you have, and you talk about all of these things that you want to do, but it's another step, and it's certainly a much more difficult step to actually go out and do it. And I have tons of projects that I want to do. I hope that I can get a significant amount of them done, though, and I think that's just a different stage of the game. So
making this film, once it's completed, I think will assert yourself and to others around you and show that what you're capable of doing. And by way, actually asserting more female filmmakers, which is a win-win.
I hope so. I hope it does that on all levels. I mean,
do you have any other projects floating in the air as well as this documentary, or are you focusing?
I do actually. I just directed a short film, which is part of a larger feature film, and I'm editing that together now, and it's called Through the Valley, and it's set in rural Pennsylvania, and it's kind of a postmodern Western, and it's part of the reason. It was actually brought to me by a male actor friend of mine that I worked with on another short, and I loved the script and the female character in it. He wrote the script and he wrote the character for himself, but he also wrote this great female character, and it's a great story. That's more in the narrative realm, but
and as you mentioned,
completely
you also
different.
Edit your own projects.
I do edit my own
that
projects,
is
so that is control. and I sometimes, eventually, I may let go of those reins a little bit, because I do think that bringing in another editor can bring in different perspectives. But I love editing, because editing is a lot like performance, because you control so much in terms of performance. And I'm not quite sure as a director how to hand over my material to an editor, because I've worked in such an independent realm thus far as film is concerned, and editing is so much about what people end up seeing. So as a director, being able to get an editor and that you really trust and have a really good rapport with and are able to communicate with, I think is obviously incredibly valuable. So I'll probably get there and be less of a control freak eventually.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.